What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and this is Oceanwide Plaza, a billion-dollar development downtown that's quickly becoming the talk of Los Angeles, as it's now being used as a canvas for graffiti. Now, some are calling this large-scale vandalism, but others see this as art. Either way, since its inception, this project has been a lightning rod for controversy. So I want to talk about what the building was supposed to become and how it became what it is today, the Oceanwide Graffiti Monument. Let's get into it. I want to give Graffiti a special shout out for their help with images and information for the story, and DTLA Insider for the nudge to put this issue front and center on LA in a minute. So this is what Oceanwide Plaza was supposed to look like when it was approved by the city in 2017. It was a billion-dollar mixed-use development with 3 luxury residential skyscrapers, one of which was poised to be the tallest residential tower in all of Los Angeles. It was also alleged at the time that LA City Councilman Jose Huizar, who was the chairman of the Planning, Land Use, and Management Committee, received bribes and perks to ensure that the developer's project won approval. Regardless, construction was halted and has been halted since 2019, leaving the unfinished building considered an eyesore in downtown. From that point forward, around 2022, the Graffiti Writers noticed that there wasn't security at the building, so they were able to take advantage and enter the premises. Artists like Crank, Castle, Shook, Aqua, and Kesser were amongst the first to hit the building, but it was erased at that point. But on January 26th of this year, the tone of the conversation shifted again as graffiti artist Suar was the first to get the building in the modern era, sparking the powder keg of what was to follow. Little by little, other writers entered the scene, and the building started to resemble something of a graffiti art mural. Soon, over the course of last week, the skyscraper development had the windows covered with spray-painted, colorful block letters. With no construction, there wasn't much security in the buildings, and soon the graffiti writers found their way in and made their way up to most of the stories in the buildings, progressively increasing the size of what has become a living graffiti art gallery. Now, Graffiti tells me that this was inspired by One Bayfront Plaza in Miami, where graffiti writers from all over the world, including Los Angeles, covered the building from top to bottom for Art Basel. Now, as far as the Oceanwide project, the LAPD has been on the case for at least a week, as initially their air support division reported seeing more than a dozen suspects trespassing and possibly spray painting the building. By the time LAPD arrived on January 30th, all suspects had fled the building except for 2 who were cited for trespassing on private property and then released. Additionally, LA City Councilman Kevin De Leon introduced a motion directing city departments to the cleanup of Oceanwide Plaza and its surroundings, saying that the property owners have been served an order to comply with a deadline, instructing them to fulfill their responsibility. Until then, Oceanwide Plaza remains standing, and so does the graffiti, towering over the city in downtown right across from Crypto.com Arena. So let me know, do you think this is vandalism, or do you think this is art? Either way, this is a story of how Oceanwide Plaza became Oceanwide Graffiti Monument. All right, LA, it's been a minute.